No one wants emergencies, but they do happen. Hey guys, I am Rashad from Hit the Road to Fire, and today we are going to talk about where to put your money for your emergency fund. I have seen many people put it somewhere that does not make any sense to me. Before going any deeper, let me know below where you put your money for an emergency fund, and also if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. For me, the most place where you should not put your emergency fund is physically in your room. The reason why that is something could happen to that money. What happens if someone robs you or if a fire breaks out? Either way, you probably want to get into your emergency fund because something is going on in your life, and you need that money, but unfortunately, it's completely burnt out. In addition, there is one thing that I hate, it is having cash just sitting around getting destroyed by inflation. This is the reason why I hate savings accounts. So what are the best places to keep an emergency fund? If you are curious to know how much money you should have as an emergency fund, you'll probably want to watch our last video. Our topic today is why it is important to keep your emergency fund separate from your bank account. Once you build it, you want it to be available in case you need to get it quickly. You also are looking for somewhere safe. However, you want to not have access to it too convenient so that you are not tempted to indulge in this money when it is not necessary. In this video, I'll go over some options where you can put your emergency fund money. Many people think that the best option is savings accounts or online banks that at best have an interest of 2.25%, and you can easily access it, but for me, it is not enough. Always remember that the inflation rate is 3%. People are afraid to put their emergency funds in the stock market, but I am absolutely convinced to put every extra single dollar in index funds and stocks, and here is exactly why. My expectation is, even hypothetically speaking, that the market will have a 50% crash, which is very hard, but crises happen. I will always have more money in stocks and index funds that I can liquidate for that coming emergency. People are going, oh, worst case scenario, you are looking at long-term investment, and you will withdraw and sell your share at a loss. Well, for me, I guess if I keep contributing every last dollar in investments like stocks and index funds, I'll end up having much more of an emergency fund that I can always draw if I need it to. My goal, rather than putting money in a stupid savings account, is to put that money in index funds. Again, this way, if the market collapses in half, I still have the same money I would if I had sitting around in a dump savings account, and in the greater lucky scenario it will make money rather than sitting around doing literally nothing for me. The second reason why is you can hack the government. I'm not talking about social services, which are a possible alternative which I'm not going to suggest that you use, but if you are in tough times, those are still there for you. What do I mean by a government hack? Let's say you want to put money in a savings account as emergency money. So you will have to pay tax first before that you will be able to keep the money left in a savings account. However, you could have a bigger saving account. I mean having the whole money invested in the stock market or index funds, which won't make you nervous because if you watch the channel, investing is your goal. But anyway, you won't pay taxes at first, and most ideally you won't sell it, because you will be psychologically inclined not to touch your emergency fund. My second source of emergency funds that I like to use is the real estate, which is much safer than stocks. I like to have diversification. You as well don't put all your eggs in the same basket, and even in the worst cases, we can always have money out of the property even if the market falls. Even with debt on the property, we will always have some equity left, so we can borrow against that property with a low interest rate. Now I recommend doing it all together, not just one. Ultimately, I personally think in the back of my mind a belief, if the worst scenario does happen, I can borrow from friends and family. However, again, this creates a massive psychological motivation in my life, is to not screw family or friends out of money. So I do whatever it takes to never simply make that phone call unless there's a real big emergency. Now if you guys enjoyed today's video, feel free to give us one thumbs up, that really helps support the channel. You can leave a comment below to let me know your thoughts. If you are not already subscribed, we post videos like this every week, and maybe a couple of videos a week, so subscribe and hit the bell to get all notifications, so you know when I upload. See you soon.